What's up, Facebook? Hope everyone is doing well today. I wanted to put this video together because I wanted to discuss with you temporary blessings and what is a temporary blessing and how do we not make the mistake of allowing a temporary blessing to continue to stay with us until the next season, in which that temporary blessing could become actually something that's blocking us from receiving what God has in store for us. So to kind of put things into perspective, there is power in exchange. Power in exchange. You can't be afraid to exchange what God has given you at a particular time in your life for a particular season when you had a very specific reason. You were praying to Him and you received that blessing, and that blessing certainly helped you out, got you through a period of life, got you through some trials and tribulations of that particular time. And now you find yourself taking that temporary blessing and extending it for a longer period of time than what it was intended to be in your life, or how long it was intended to be in your life for. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that when God gives you something, every blessing He gives you is just temporary and short term, and you just got to continue to exchange and exchange? No. But this means that there is power in exchange. Let me give you an example. If you go to a department store, right, and let's say you're working out, you're starting to build yourself up, you're starting to get stronger, you're starting to work out all the time, and it just so happens that you buy yourself a protein shake in the beginning of the week, right? And you also buy yourself a shirt in the beginning of the week. And it's such a blessing to be able to get yourself the shirt that you wanted to get. You tried on the shirt that the department store offered, and it was exactly the color, it was exactly the fit you wanted it to have on your body. It was exactly what you were looking for. It was certainly a blessing. The store gave you a blessing. The store gave you what you wanted. It fitted you well. However, simultaneously, at the same time, you also bought yourself a protein shake. And you're working out like an animal now. Okay, so you're working out every single day, and the store gives you a receipt. Now, you can't get your money back, but you could certainly exchange the shirt for a bigger shirt. A week later, you have expanded. You are now much bigger than you ever could have imagined you were going to be in about a week. Your chest is bulging out, your arms are getting stronger, your back is getting bigger, and now that shirt that fit you so perfectly well, that was just, you looked in the mirror and you're like, man, God, it is perfect right now for this time, for this season, for the moment I got this shirt. But Lord, I grew out of this shirt, and now I'm going to have to go back to the store and ask for an exchange. Now, the store gives you the opportunity to ask for exchange, but not your money back. In other words, you can't look at what you have and see that there was absolutely no value in it. There was value in it, enough value that you're going to want to exchange for something else that the store can give. You see, God is the store. When you come to God with a blessing that He put in your life for a particular purpose and a particular time in your life, and you gave that blessing so much value at that time, it fit you well, it came at the perfect time, it came just when you needed it, it made you feel good when you put it on, and when you saw other people, you just, I don't know, maybe your mojo was up a little bit, you had a little bit of what I call that Jesus swag when you're walking in the street. But you see, when you outgrow a certain thing, when you outgrow what God has given you, that's a good thing. When the season in which God gave you that blessing takes you to another season in which produces fruit, which produces happiness, which produces what that blessing was needed for in order for you to take the right step, you got to let go of the blessing, and not to be ungrateful for the blessing that God gave you, because God knew you needed it at that time. But don't extend it further than what your growth is, particularly right now in your life. You can't take something old and bring it to the new self of you. It just is never going to work. So bring it to God. Exchange it to God. And tell God, God, I thank you for what you gave me at this particular time, for this blessing. It fit well. It was right where I needed it. It met me right where I wanted to meet me. But I'm ready. I've grown, and God will love you for that. God will see your growth, and He will ask for the blessing. He will receive the blessing back with a smile on His face. He will give you the exchange and lead you to the next blessing in your life that's going to take you to the next steps in your life. I certainly hope this video really sat well within your soul. If there are any blessings that you've received in your life and they were temporary, and you've extended them, and you've let those blessings become a staple in your life, you've idolized them, you've placed them above all the other things in your life, you gave them greater value than they were supposed to have in your life, Today is the day for you to notice if you've outgrown those temporary blessings. But be thankful for the blessing that God gave you at that time. Be thankful when you come to the Lord. Be thankful when you go back to the Lord's store and say, God, you gave me this at a particular time. I'm ready to exchange it. And he will look at you and he will give you the greatest return. And so I certainly hope that this message sat well. Take care. Bye-bye.